Welcome to Book Look. I'm your host, Alison Linkner, and we are thrilled to be once again doing our special summer edition. On this show, we welcome our good friends Julie Kreiser, Margaret Miles from the New Hanover County Public Library to the set. Together, they will share some wonderful summer reading suggestions for kids of all ages. Welcome, ladies.
Nice to be here.
Yes, yes. So you have brought stacks of books.
Just a few.
One or two.
Yes.
It's hard to narrow it down.
I'm sure.
We have a variety for all ages, birth through adult.
Okay.
And this is just a small sampling.
Yes. Tell us a little bit. How you want to go through it stack by stack or from ages?
Sure. We have for some of the youngest, especially for those that like to play pretend. This is Zelda, the Varigoose.
Oh, what's a Varigoose?
She's a goose that tries on different covers. This is actually a poetry book. So there's Zelda. But when she tries on a snail cover, she's a goose snail.
Playing with words.
Yes, goose snail. Says, it doesn't matter where I roam because I always feel at home. And so throughout the book, there's all these overlays that are clear so they can see Zelda behind the covers, and then they can make up their own.
They can make up their own.
Yes.
Love it.
And if you're interested in sharing real rather than imaginary animals with preschool to primary, we've got good information books for that age group too. My first day is about what animals do on the day they're born. On my first day, I jumped out of my nest, fell a long way, and paddled after my mother. Did you do that on the first day when you were born?
I didn't.
No, I didn't do
No,
that.
I was into the next week before I did it myself. Or where'd our sloth hospital go? The little book of sloth.
Yes.
Nature book about a rehabilitation hospital for Central American sloths.
Awesome.
All babies are beautiful.
Awesome.
All babies are beautiful.
Even if they just have
All
claws,
babies
little
like having
snot
something to hug.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of everything like that. We have science books for children. It's about food chains and food webs in our backyards, and all of these are found in a garden.
Okay.
So it goes through different plants, different animals you would find in the garden, and there will be extra script to explain what you're seeing.
Fabulous.
So you can read the story, you can go back through it again, because a good book is always worth a second or third or fourth or more read and find other things.
And they've got speech bubbles in there.
Yes.
Yes.
So then you can go outside in whether you have a garden or just a backyard or just a little patch of dirt, and you can find some of those same things.
Or we have Look Up, which is a book about bird watching with the additional comments that the birds might be making while you're watching them, if you knew what they were saying about you while you're looking up.
Yeah, it's like, sorry dear, all I could bring home is this mouse. Well, we still have a little bit of leftover chipmunk.
Love it.
So information and imagination and humor all combined. We also have
Shout it out, because it's good to just let
shout it out. If you know something,
if you know something, let people know.
and
Don't say,
do it
"I know about
loudly.
that." No, you shout it out.
So maybe you're
Do you know
shouting
your numbers.
numbers.
I know mine.
Good, shout it with us.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5. Because I know my numbers. I'm proud I know my numbers. Yeah, don't be shy about what you know.
That's right.
Do you know your alphabet letters? Do you know
Cow,
duck, duck,
flies,
pig?
chicken. You can even add in your own, with the sounds. And so it's about letting it out.
Yes.
If
Letting
you
people know what you know. Being proud of
be
your knowledge.
proud. Okay.
Yes. Always being proud. We also have, we have lots of books, but before I forget, we have some great new music. We have lots of music that children, adults can listen to in the car, they can listen to on trips, they can just listen around their house. And this one, the Okie Dokie Brothers.
Grammy Award-winning children's CD album of this
Really?
year. They give Grammys
yes.
for everything.
Yes.
Oh.
But this was a
Also-
particularly good one.
It also includes a DVD you can watch about their trip. These
It's-
two guys took a trip down the Mississippi River
In a canoe.
in a canoe.
Oh.
And the
they have a song.
songs follow the journey down the river.
Like Mr. and Mississippi.
I,
And
That's cute.
one of my favorites, the Bullfrog Opera and Rosita Mosquita.
Aw.
But it's so much fun. And you
So
can read,
fun.
you can sing along with them, and then you can watch
Watch
their
the journey.
adventures. And it's
Find
hilarious.
the map and see
Now, are
what
they show
those
the map as you go.
the music CDs? Are they regular checkout for the
Yes.
same length of time as
3
a book,
weeks.
so you
Same
don't have
length
to
of
worry
time
about
as
getting
Yes.
one back before the other? Okay.
Another one that we brought, we have several. Mr. Eric. A lot of people are familiar with
Pete the Cat.
Okay.
I love my white shoes, the 4
Winner
groovy
of the
buttons.
North Carolina Children's Book
Yes,
Award.
This year's winner.
For this
I
year.
love my white
Pete
shoes.
the Cat.
North Carolina Children's
Wow.
Book Award.
Pete rocks.
He does. Mr. Eric, Eric Litwin, who
Okay.
is
Is the author of Pete.
is also a musician, and he has a series of music CDs. This happens to be Groovy Green. But on the back, see, there's all these different songs. They incorporate lots of different types of music: country, folk, rock and
Classical,
roll, rhythm and
Zydeco.
blues.
Are they old songs that they
No.
kind of took? Okay.
Some are old
Some are
songs.
old.
Some
Okay.
are the tunes of old
Like
songs.
I'm a Nut, This Old Man, but to a jazz tune.
Okay, and then Rise, Sally, Rise sounds like it
Yes.
might go with the.
But it's with the folk rock, so
Gotcha.
you have all this different type of music.
Fabulous.
And a lot of movement to go with it to get the kids
Kids
and
would like
parents
that.
up and moving.
Yes.
It's
Up
lots
and
of fun.
moving and listening and following instructions and figuring out what is that crazy man singing on the CD telling me
Yes.
to do now.
Yes. And there's more.
Yes, yes.
One of our favorite authors, I say one of ours, you can't pick just one.
No.
Steve Jenkins does wonderful, wonderful
Paper collage
nonfiction
illustrations.
books.
Nonfiction
And this
books.
is his beetle book.
Okay.
He has several different animals, insects, critters, others that he's done. And with each one, draws it out, you find all the parts of a beetle, what it looks like, what it does. It just,
Yes,
as you can
diagrams.
see, all the diagrams.
Yes. And you know, our children
Different
are
types of
asked to
owls.
read this kind of information all the time in school. So to sit back in the summer and read this for enjoyment and really learn and
Yes.
and just enjoy it and enjoy the art is awesome too.
And some bugs you may never heard of before.
And some bugs you will be glad don't live
Yeah.
where we
Yeah.
Be very glad that they don't live here.
Okay.
Oh, bear.
Yes. Bear has a story to tell. But it's fall. It's getting close to winter, and no one has time to listen to Bear because they're all busy getting ready for winter. And he has to go to bed himself, and he hasn't been able to tell his story to anyone.
So does he tell it to Duck?
No,
No.
Duck's too busy.
Oh.
Ducks flying south. He can't stop to listen.
So you learn about all the
Frogs
different things
digging
that
a
animals are
hole
doing.
and he's going
Okay.
to go to sleep.
Yes, so they're busy.
They're all
But
getting
in the
ready.
spring, when everyone's awake again, then they can tell their stories. They all have stories to tell.
Bear can remember.
Yeah, what was that
it
story
was.
he was
Oh,
going
Bear.
to tell?
Love it.
But it's
What else?
about what makes stories.
Yes.
Well.
Look, look. It's another alphabet book, and as you can tell, Z is for moose.
That makes no sense.
Yes, it
it sure
does.
does.
Oh.
Yeah, Z is for moose.
Especially if you're the moose.
Yes. Moose really, really, really wants to be in the alphabet book, but he doesn't know when to wait.
Okay.
So,
Oh, so
Zebra's telling the story. D is for moose. Moose? No! Moose does not start with D. You are on the wrong page. Oh, sorry. But he travels on through.
and he goes through the story.
Well, and
trying
he's
to get
waiting.
my turn?
Is it
It's
my
hard to
turn? Yeah,
wait.
it's hard to wait
Aw,
for turns.
now?
he
Sweet
got in.
moose.
He got in the ice cream. He's on the jar, asking all the way. Now, my turn yet? So he just knows when he gets to M. M is for mouse. What?
He wasn't even in the.
And so he does have to argue a little bit about that, but they figure it out at the end of the book. It takes them a while because Z
Oh, look at that.
is for zebra's friend, Moose.
So it's a creative way to add him
Yes.
in. Love it. Okay.
So,
Where is our time going? Because we don't want to miss out on some of the other
We've got
ages.
some other,
we
so let's
have.
talk
There's so
about
many.
some books for a little bit older kids rather
Just a
than
little bit
younger
older.
kids.
Yes.
Because there is more and more great and weird books of factualness.
Yes.
Because when they say truth is stranger than fiction,
They mean it.
they mean it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh.
Go ahead, I
okay.
have mine now.
All right, well, one of my very most favorite animals, Komodo dragons. World's most infectious spit.
Hey.
They bite you.
Works for him.
And
Yes.
you don't have to die immediately because you have got such a bad infection. You are going to
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it works for
So what is the
Yeah,
title of
Komodo
this
dragons.
book?
It is called Unusual Creatures.
Okay.
Earth's Strangest Animals. There's another of
Platypus.
my favorite ones. That is the duck-billed platypus. When they first took one back to Europe, scientists thought it was a joke. Somebody had put together pieces of an animal that clearly didn't go together.
Wow. And they explain that in the book. They kind of go through the origin of.
Yes.
Tells you
For
where they
every
come
age.
from.
I like the layout of the pages too.
Lots of facts, and the kind of book that you can read straight through, or you can use the index, use the table of contents, skim through, find the pieces that you're interested in. Blobfish.
Look at that.
Like a little old man, doesn't he?
Looks like a little old.
And everything you need to know about frogs and other slippery
and
creatures.
This is a
Because you
good time
need
to
to
learn
know
that
There's a
stuff.
lot of frogs
yes,
around
there
here.
are.
But this is one of my favorite pages. A gecko's
Look
feet.
at that.
Fun fact. There is only one known surface that a gecko cannot stick to.
And what is that?
Another
Teflon.
gecko.
That might be true too. But the shiny black plastic on
Teflon.
non-stick.
How
Yeah, they
about
would just
that?
flat falling off.
Wow.
So dust or dirt might eventually.
Yeah.
There's all these different creatures, and it tells you how. Well, here's the water holding frog.
Yes.
He gets bloated. He holds the water until he needs it.
Wow.
And then you have all the record breakers in the back. The most poisonous, the longest fangs, the fastest, the strangest life cycle, most difficult, longest tongue.
Interesting.
But it has a little bit of everything. It has the frogs, it has the geckos, it has flying snakes, not in our area,
Right.
but
Also a
bit
good
of
thing.
everything.
Thank goodness.
yes, also a very good thing.
Okay.
I can stand him up there.
Yeah.
Where do presidents come from?
The stork,
Oh.
that's what it looks like there.
Other presidential stuff of super great importance.
Would you call that a graphic novel?
I would call it a graphic novel, at least in terms of the format. It's information. The
Okay.
basic facts are all correct, real facts, what happens, like there was a bowling alley in the White House before Richard Nixon put in his, but only for a few years in 1947. And so now you know about the White House bowling alley, which is a good thing to know. Or about how they had to renovate the White House because President Truman's daughter's piano fell through the floor.
Not a good thing.
Not,
a
a
good
good
thing.
thing.
So lots of information in a very jazzed up,
Yes.
slightly goofy and serious at the same time format.
Interesting.
Pardoning the Thanksgiving presidential turkey.
Is it in the format of chapters or is it a read
It
straight?
is in chapters,
Okay.
hence a table of contents.
Okay.
It also has a conclusion, some after content
Okay.
and a bibliography.
Love it. All right.
Many parts.
And people know about spiders. There's some people love to read about spiders, but did they know that their silk is studied to make things like Kevlar vests,
You know,
bulletproof vests, sutures, parachute rope?
I hear
because
stuff like
it's
that
so
from kids,
strong.
but I never know where they get their information from.
Right here.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
So it tells where these things come from. It's not just about spider silk, but it's mostly about spider silk.
and about how the scientists study
Yeah.
it to figure
To
out how
figure
it
that
works.
out, yeah, who
There's
would
a
know?
long series that this is part of, this Mars Rovers book is also part of, called Scientists in the Field,
Okay.
which takes nature science, space science, engineering, lots of different fields of science, and talks about a particularly weird or quirky or just fascinating area of scientists, and about the scientific professionals who are working in those areas of study. So it's, there's a future to what you're learning in science class.
Absolutely.
And this is what pieces of that future look like.
They hoped that would last 3 months. It lasted for years, and they were just
Wow,
ecstatic.
so, yeah.
And this is also one of the junior books for the North Carolina Children's Book Award.
Wow.
They have-
Nominees.
Yes, one of the nominees for this next year. They have elementary age, and then they
Mm-hmm.
have older books.
And,
both fiction
all
and
this,
nonfiction.
this goes right along with the Common Core and the deeper thought processes and all the reasons why and justifying this. These types of books go right along with it.
Even when they're disgusting.
Yeah.
Even, absolutely. What do you have?
Zombie makers.
Okay.
Bugs that
True
make
stories.
zombies.
Bugs
Yes.
that take over the bodies of other bugs.
Okay.
So there are real zombies
There are
in
honest
nature.
to goodness real zombies in nature. As for, the zombie crickets, because the cricket has been taken over by this worm,
Is that a tapeworm?
which extended would be like hairworm, 5 times the length of the cricket body, and it marches the cricket along. The cricket has no actual control. It is gross. It is disgusting. It is true science.
It's true.
See, until the
Yeah.
day the hairworm instructs the cricket to throw itself into a body of water.
Commit suicide.
Yes,
Yeah,
Wow. And it's nonfiction.
nonfiction.
yes it is.
Huh.
And although this is fiction, it is based on true facts. This is
Okay.
World War II.
Okay.
Code name Verity. For teens and adults, adults will love this as much as the teens. It's very suspenseful. Someone who has been captured and tortured by the French.
Gestapo.
Yeah. And it brings in the French resistance and how they played their parts.
How women pilots were involved in some military work during World War II, although
Wow.
not supposed to be in actual combat. It's a fabulous example of how historical research can be used to tell a story.
Interesting.
And it is one of the best.
Best novel I read last year.
Wow. And okay.
And historical research can also be told to just plain tell history.
Sure.
This book is called Bomb. It was the winner, or what they call an honor book, a runner-up for 4 different major kids' book awards last year.
Wow.
The subtitle kind of sets the stage. It's the race to build and steal the world's most dangerous weapon. During World War II, there were scientists in the United States working on atomic research. There were scientists in Germany. There were spies behind the lines trying to destroy things, trying to steal information on both sides. There were Russian spies trying to steal the information from both the American researchers and the German researchers. So it is a true-to-life spy story. You'll meet the people who were involved, all the way from the scientists to the woman who kept the office in New Mexico where the new scientists checked in and didn't know where they were going until they got there. Fabulous, fabulous, wonderful history. And this is one of the selections on the middle school Battle of the Books list for the upcoming school year.
Okay.
The North Carolina School Library Media Association picks a book list for elementary school, mainly 3rd to 5th or 6th grade, and for middle school. Many schools use it as at least a suggested summer reading list.
Right.
It's a range of different kinds of things to try, and I was just
Love it.
And we have extra
Love
copies of
this
You
those.
have multiple copies.
Yes, at all the
on there.
libraries, so those who are participating in middle school Battle of the Books or elementary, we have those as well. And as a good reading list if they're asking for suggestions.
Sure.
And a lot of these books are on playaways. We talked about this
We
last year.
talked about it last year.
Yes.
How's that
now,
going?
This is Mockingjay.
Okay.
Yeah, a very popular, it's the, the second one in the series.
Okay.
With Suzanne Collins. Here's the difference. Both of these are Mockingjay.
Okay.
Both are audiobooks. So you can switch out all the different CDs as you go along.
All right.
10 different CDs.
Okay.
Or you can plug in a pair of earbuds on this one little thing, drop it in your pocket, you're good to
And
go.
you're good to go for the whole
Stop
book.
it when you need to stop, and then get going again. So
And do these stay checked out as long as a regular book
Yes.
would? No,
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
And we're getting more and more books for kids and teens, audio and text both, that are available for download
Onto
onto
Yes.
an e-reader like a
Kindles.
Nook or Kindle, onto an iPad or another tablet,
Okay.
through e-reader apps, onto a phone,
Wow.
onto
Lots
whatever
of
you're
different
carrying
ways.
around
So
with
many
you.
options.
yeah, you
And
can read, you can listen.
Things that with your library card number you can borrow at no charge, just the way you'd borrow a traditional printed book. Take it with you, whatever way of reading works for you.
For you. Tell me about, we do have plenty of time, but because we're on to looking at some different things, tell me about your summer reading program. What do you have going on
We
this
have a
year?
poster.
Oh, you have posters.
Yes.
We have 2 posters.
We have, yes we do.
We have Dig Into Reading, which is the theme for the children's summer reading this year.
Okay.
We have groundbreaking reads for teens. We do also have summer reading club that's open to adults if adults are interested.
Okay.
All of these you can sign up in one of the libraries, you can sign up online, you can keep your log of what you read online if you want to,
Okay.
or on a piece of paper, or whatever you like.
And you access it online just through the regular
Through the library website.
Okay.
There'll be a link on the library website to do
Summer
that.
reading.
And we have lots of events going on at the libraries in addition to the reading club, which just is a free-form,
Yes.
go as you please kind of thing.
Every school, every public school in New Hanover County got one of these flyers for each student.
For each student.
Oh, okay.
And in this, we have our regular events that are ongoing throughout the summer, different story times. We have some science programs that are designed for the elementary age
And for preschool.
and for preschool.
Is that new this year?
That's new.
Yes, that is new.
Okay.
We have a children's concert series.
Oh.
Some award-winning singers, songwriters, magicians, jugglers, mime.
The juggler is really
That's
good.
Flow Circus. They've been here before.
Okay.
And all of that information is in
Is on
here,
that
along with the phone
brochure.
numbers. Yes.
Okay.
And all that calendar information
Yes.
is in flyers people can pick up at the libraries, on the website.
Okay.
And while
Or-
you're on the website, you can like us on Facebook.
You guys are on Facebook
yes,
too.
we're on Facebook now.
We're on Facebook
Go
now.
quick.
And
Like us.
so on Facebook, you can get everything from program updates, pieces of information, just to, hey, one of us saw something. There's a vocabulary quiz somebody put up last night. I have to take it and find out whether I have a vocabulary.
Now tell me your
Always good.
hours. I noticed that they've changed over the past year from what
Well, not this past year, the year before
the year
that.
before that they changed. So
Okay. We're open 7 days a week.
okay.
Sundays, 1 to 5.
Okay.
Mondays and Tuesdays, 9 to 8. Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 6. Friday, Saturday, 9 to 5.
Okay.
But
So-
it's written down on all our
Yeah.
flyers, so you
Sure.
don't have to
And it's
get
on the
mine.
website as
It's on the
well.
website
Okay.
as well.
But we are open Sunday afternoons
Yes.
at
Was there a point
the
when you
Myrtle
were
Grove and the Northeast Library now, as
Okay.
well as at the main
The three.
library. We were we lost some hours for a while, but we're fortunate enough to get those back.
That's
and
great.
The Sunday hours actually extended, so more locations are now open on the Sundays.
Well, we have just another minute.
We have to have Safari.
Yes, this is the one I want you to show, yes.
This, I had never heard of this before. It's called Foticular.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if this will show, but as you move,
the picture moves.
yes.
It's not going to show very well, I'm afraid, on TV, but see the cheetah running across the African
It looks like
belt?
a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it explains the process back there. It's a series, they're layered upon each other. Whee! And it has all these different animals.
And
with
also a
each
lot of
animal, it has
information.
all the different facts about the animal, where they're from. But yeah, they're running towards you
Awesome.
and running away. And it is just so much fun to look at and to read about.
Summer's also a good time for checking. Is a favorite series of yours got a new book?
This is true.
New Clementine!
Aw.
I love Clementine.
Clementine.
Clementine and her class are going on a field trip to Plymouth Plantation. Clementine's friend Margaret hates dirt. It's going to be a problem. Dragon Breath, when fairies go bad.
Oh, no.
Don't let the fairy dust confuse you. Calvin Coconut, who lives in Hawaii. Rocket Ride, this one's called. Dog Detectives, a J.J. Tully mystery, The Legend of Diamond Lil.
Aw.
Fire Chronicle Part 2, sequel to the Emerald Atlas, which is also a Battle of the Books book this year. So,
And just a couple
Don't
of
be
these
left on the
fantasies
edge of the
before we
cliff.
run out of time.
Yep.
Shatter Me. She has a curse or a gift. Which is it?
Both.
Both.
Okay.
She's being kept captive by the government. She thinks because something must be wrong with her because her parents got rid of her. They signed her over to the government because if she touches anyone, if they make skin contact, even with a hand, or if someone accidentally brushes her cheek, they can die.
Wow.
So she's never felt a hug unless they're completely covered.
Danger!
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 Unless they have on gloves or other clothing.
Watch out for this
so
one.
she's trying to figure out what's wrong with her. Am I the only one like this?
Okay.
There's Amber
One more, real
House, an
quick.
old home, and it's got secrets. It might be ghosts, or it just might be the imaginations there. And the diviners.
Diviners.
Well, thank
Spooky
you
evil
for
powers
joining
are
us
taking
today
over
for Book
Jazz
Look.
Age
If
New
you have
York.
more questions about the Public Library Summer Reading Program, how to get a library card, or if you just need help finding a good book, then give the library a call at 798-6303. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
I'm Alison Linkner. For everyone here at NHCS TV, thanks for watching, and we will see you again at the start of the new school year with all the new editions of Book Look.